A little bit even more so being here in your second year now, you know the lay of the land and you're able to direct guys, right, at this point?
Yeah, correct. Like you said, I was leader last year and then leading on to this year. I think it's just really important to, make sure everything's on track and, make sure things the way money wanted. Just me being in that position, being here last year is important for me to make sure I talk to the guys every day, make sure I know the right thing every day, and everything the right way.
How does money want?
You want everything sharp and quick, like in practice, like us walking the drills at all. So it's my job to make sure, I'm telling guys, encouraging the guys, like, come on, we need to pick it up, let's go, pick it up, run, sprint. Things like that, little things, make sure everything is on point.
Going to go over to Lance now. What's been your biggest adjustment, I guess, to the college level?
Definitely the quickness that Coach Monty wants to play at. I came from high school where I'm running everything to Coach Monty telling me go push the ball, like telling me run play. So definitely getting the playbook down and the quickness that we want to play at.
We've obviously heard a lot about you. People have seen you play high school ball, but what kind of player are the Titans getting in you, I guess?
Just a hard-nosed, savvy worker. I'll go 100% every time I touch the court. So that's all you can expect out of me.
And Legend, going back to you as well, you guys retained a lot of players on this roster from last year. A lot of these sophomores were freshmen last year getting a lot of big minutes. All that's going to help put a polished piece on the floor this year. Last year you were adjusting to each other right on the fly, new coach, new system, bunch of new players, but it's got to help having all those guys back, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. I think it's really good for them because they had the experience last year. It was kind of forced to do it because, some of our older guys got hurt. So I feel like this year is going to be very important for them to show the younger freshmen, what it is and what it takes to play on a bigger stage.
I'm curious because we saw you, go out and shoot the long range three a couple of times, which isn't something you've done much in your career. How much are you going to implement this year?
The same thing, even more this year. It's something I've been working on every day. Monty doing me about staying in the gym because I'm one of them the versatile bigs that can play inside and outside. So he stays with me every day, make sure I'm in the gym, getting extra shots up, so I can step outside, shoot them 3-pointers like you want me to do.
How many shots does it take, you think, to become a confident shooter from there?
That's hard because, like you said, during my career, that wasn't something, I was doing every game. So this year, I'm at least trying to get up, like 100 makes of, just threes this year every day, just to make sure, I'm staying consistent, I can, hold my form every time, hold my follow through, just things like that.
Yeah. Lance, I don't think you've ever played for your dad formally. I'm sure you've got plenty of coaching from him as you rise up as a youngster, but what has that been like for you so far?
It's really been the same. He may not have been a coach on my bench, but he definitely was a coach in the stands. So it's the same.
You recognize that tone of voice?
Yeah. It just comes natural now.
And I guess, as you transition to this university, it's your first time maybe to say publicly why Detroit Mercy officially.
It's home, like my high school 5 minutes up the road. I'm very comfortable, and I know the history of the school, and I want to bring that back. We talk about it every day.
Yeah, Legend, we talked about the big man game last year, and I think for this university specifically, before you guys got here, that was the part they were lacking, and needing more than one. But you guys, when healthy, had 2 or 3 guys that were dependable down low. Do you think that just makes you even more versatile in terms of what you guys can do?
Yeah, of course. Just having multiple bigs, and then especially with me being a play, like I said, I'm versatile, so I can play inside and outside. So us having extra bigs and extra players that's bigger in size, it'd be helpful for us to play bigger as a team. So us knowing that they can play inside, we're able to trust them to feed the post, and me being able to step in and out, that'll help us a lot.
You're a lead up because you've been at this a while to games, which comes up quicker than maybe some would expect at this point, but it does, right? You're right in the exhibitions and right into the non-conference games. What does that look like, and has that changed over your career at all, being ready for games?
I'm kind of used to it now. Something I've been telling the younger guys this summer, like it's gonna be here before you expect it, and come to find out next week. I honestly. It's like I expected it, but I didn't expect it to come this quick. Like this is like every year just get quicker and quicker and quicker, and the season just faster. So, it's an adjustment for people, but for me, like I said, I'm 5 years in, so it's something I'm pretty used to.
And we'll wrap up with you as well. As you prepare for a college game, is there anything that you're changing to make sure you're ready?
No, there's nothing I'm changing. I try and keep the same level-headed pace going into stuff, because I don't want to psych myself out, you know. So just keep it all the same, keep it normal. I play for fun, so just go have fun.
Is there anyone on the roster that specifically helped you kind of transition?
Definitely Orlando. You know, that's played the same position. Even in college, played 4 years everywhere he's been. So definitely then showed me, worked with me, helped a lot.
All right, that's Limestone legend Geeter. We'll have the head coach after this right here on Geeter.